Is this thing on?
Is that true? Who decided this? Every girl needs a bag of chips.
Whether or not these are valid sources, debatable.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the show, the podcast where we explore fascinating, bizarre, and occasionally ridiculous topics from science, history, and pop culture. Today's episode was inspired by something that happened to me recently, okay? And it's taken a lot to get to where it's gonna go, but let me just show you how my brain works.
Okay, I'm very interested.
Okay, so I recently had jury duty.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm not gonna dive totally into it, but it did inspire me and it made me think of like, have you ever seen The Office?
I've seen it, but I don't recall.
Okay, this is like my favorite show ever. Okay,
I know.
so it got me inspired to think about a specific episode. There's a man named Toby Flenderson.
Okay.
And he gets jury duty. Okay. For like a high profile case.
Okay.
About the Scranton Strangler.
About what?
The Scranton Strangler.
Okay.
It's not going to go into this. This is how my brain works. I'm just like laying the groundwork here.
I like it.
So I was thinking about The Office because of jury duty, okay? Then it got me thinking about my favorite character in The Office, Dwight Schrute. Do you know anything about Dwight Schrute?
Can I see a picture?
I actually have a pillow.
Is this the like super nerdy one?
Yeah.
Okay, the one that's like, I don't let anyone like come in behind me because they could attack me.
Yes.
Okay.
And he has this famous line. I don't know if you'll know it, but it's very popular. Okay. And it's an episode. This is all over the place, but this is seriously how my brain works, so I'm sorry. But there's an episode where Jim Halpert is like doing identity theft on Dwight Schrute. Jim says, "Bears, beets, Battlestar Galactica." Okay. So, for today's episode, we've got probably the strangest combination of topics that we've ever attempted, but that's what we're talking about is bears, beets, Battlestar Galactica.
Right now, this is going right over my head.
I've never seen Battlestar Galactica, but I dove into it.
Okay.
It's going to be interesting, okay?
Cool, okay.
And these are separate topics.
I'm ready to... Okay, so each thing is a separate thing. It's not... Okay.
No, just
Does
inspired.
It later, does it get blended in together? Like, no?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But we're just along for the ride.
Let's do it.
All right. So if you're wondering how these topics connect, they do not at all. But stick around because by the end of the episode, you'll learn about bears and that they can smell prey from a mile away.
Whoa.
Yep. Bears that are microscopic and basically immortal.
Okay.
Vegetables that can improve Olympic performance. And one of the greatest in someone's mind, not mine because I've never seen it, but sci-fi TV shows ever made. Okay. So let's get into it.
We got valid sources, right?
We do.
Ooh, okay, I'm in.
I'm not going to specifically quote them, but I do have links.
We'll put them on the website.
Okay, so when most people think of bears, they think of like something giant, fluffy, teddy bear, right? Not necessarily the nicest things, but they live here.
Yeah.
Right? Well, there are actually 8 species of bears. Yeah.
I know black bear, grizzly, polar, and that's about my bear expertise over
Okay,
here.
that's pretty good. I honestly
Thanks.
was thinking of like panda.
Oh, okay. I didn't even think
Oh my-
those would count. No lie,
Really?
it's a panda.
It's a
So
panda
a panda
bear.
is a bear?
Uh-huh.
I guess I've never said panda bear. So okay.
What do you think about koalas?
They're a koala.
Is it a bear?
I don't think I would put it there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're going to get into that.
Okay.
So let's start with the largest predator on land,
Okay.
and that would be the polar bear.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say grizzly.
No, polar bears are incredible animals, but here's the weirdest fact about them. Do you know what color their skin is?
Their skin? No.
Yeah. It's black.
Really?
Yes, isn't that
Okay,
crazy?
that is very interesting. I did not know that.
I guess the black skin reflects like the sun rays, and their hair is actually translucent.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the first, what we would have assumed like a fiber optic like strand.
Okay.
Isn't that cool?
That is very cool. That is a fun fact.
Another crazy ability or like weird thing about polar bears is that they can detect seals more than a mile, or even small prey like 3 feet of ice. They can detect them through.
That's sad for them.
It is.
A mile is so far, and they already know you're there. So you're not safe.
No, but that's what prey is, right?
And seals are so cute. That's really sad.
I do love seals, like the little white ones.
Oh, those are cute
Oh my
too.
god, I love seals. I love otters too. Those are my favorite.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get into that. Another crazy fact about polar bears is that they can swim 60 miles without stopping. That's insane. They're also considered marine mammals because they spend more time in the water than on land.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they're technically just giant furry sea hunters, which is both cool and terrifying.
Yeah. Do they only live in Antarctica?
That's a good question. I think so.
I'm just wondering.
Well, they live in our zoos, so technically technically they live in a lot of places.
True.
Because of humans. Thank you, humans.
Yeah, because I had that slight moment where I thought they lived in Poland.
I actually don't know. Do they?
No.
But isn't Poland cold?
That's what I thought it is, apparently.
But isn't it in the middle of a country?
Girl, I don't know.
Wait,
I don't have a map.
I don't know either. We're really directionally challenged on maps. Don't ever ask us geographical locations.
No.
I thought North Carolina was in a completely different place than it is. So, not good with that.
Yeah. My uncle texted me the other day. He was in Poland. And I was like, he sends me a picture of himself, like, in a coat. And I was like, don't send me a picture of yourself. I want to see the penguins. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh my god. I thought you were, like, in the North Pole or something.
Oh my god.
So, yeah.
So we're just not good with that. It's
No.
okay. We're better at other things.
Yes, thank you. I do other things very well.
You do. Go us.
Just don't ask me for directions.
Okay, the next thing on the list is grizzly bears.
Okay.
Male grizzly bears can weigh over 1,500 pounds. It's a lot.
That's too much.
And here's the surprising part, okay? They can run 35 miles per hour. That's crazy.
How much can a human run?
Definitely not that much.
An average human. Okay.
That
they
is
win.
From my house down to Denver.
Yeah, that's why they say don't run away from one.
No, because you're not outrunning it. You
No.
can't even climb a tree and get away from it because they're coming after you.
Okay. This is why I don't go camping. That's one of the reasons.
That's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just don't encounter them at all. If you
Yeah.
could avoid it, you should. They're actually very intelligent creatures, though, and they remember food locations for years.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So if you've ever seen those videos of like bears breaking into people's like garbage cans and then they just keep coming back, it's because they know it's there. So they just keep doing it.
Yeah.
They can solve puzzles
Oh, that's cool.
and even use tools in some cases.
That's cute.
It is cute, isn't it?
My mom told me that she had a little teenage bear, apparently,
What?
going to her trash can all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like worried, so she ended up calling, I don't know what she called, like animal control or maybe just the police or something.
Yeah.
And she was just like, hey, there's a bear here, just so you guys know. And they were like, yeah, actually, that's pretty normal. Like the teenagers, their mom stops like helping them out. And so then they get really hungry and then they start having to find food on their own, and that's what they do.
Aww, that's kind of
I know.
sad.
But she was like, they're not dangerous.
Wow.
Not at that age.
Also, I'm assuming, because we're getting into this, they're black bears, because black bears are like what are found most commonly in North America.
Okay.
And I've heard. Okay.
Allegedly.
I don't know if it's a valid source or not, that they're kind of like the most friendly. I don't know.
Okay.
So black bears.
Camping.
Okay. They are the most common bear species in North America. Their colors actually vary, though.
Okay.
So they can be black, brown, cinnamon, crazy, right? Blonde, or even white in some instances.
What?
I think it's because of like the albino gene. You know, I think that's where that came from. But this is a reference from National Geographic.
I want to see a blonde one.
I think that'd be. I feel like they probably get picked on out in the
I'm
wild.
sure they do. That, I mean, you can't really hide. That's sad.
Yeah, that is sad.
Also, I saw, this is not a valid source because I saw this on like Facebook where there was a black bear that they confused as a polar bear or something.
What?
Yeah, because he was white.
They thought a polar bear was just walking around.
I don't know. They got him confused.
I don't know if you can get this
now.
But a polar bear lives in like Arctic temperatures.
I know, but that's why it's so confusing, because wouldn't you be like, oh my god. Actually, I'm gonna look for this because that was a very interesting story.
Please do. We could post it on social.
Yeah, we should.
They're also really good climbers. And they frequently climb trees for safety or food. So if you think you're getting away from a black bear by climbing a tree, you're not.
Good to know.
Yeah.
But you don't even know which one's a black bear because it could be black, brown, blonde, and white.
I think their faces look different. And they're also not as big as grizzly or brown bears.
Okay.
Speaking of which, grizzly and brown bears are the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm an expert on this.
I'm not going to survive out there. I just don't know what a grizzly looks like, or a black, brown, white, cinnamon, blonde bear.
I want to see a cinnamon. I think it'd be cute.
I think it would too. I was thinking that.
Okay, so what are actually not bears?
Okay.
Koalas.
I don't think they are.
Early Europeans did think they were, which is interesting. They thought a lot of things.
Similarities, though.
Yeah, they're in trees. They're furry, you know. But koalas are actually marsupials. Which, do you know what that means?
No.
Bats?
No. Aren't bats marsupials?
They might be. Okay, marsupials actually means that the babies are born underdeveloped and then they continue to develop outside of the womb.
So they're not fully cooked.
No, but they have pouches that they like continue to grow inside of, essentially outside the mom.
Okay.
So it's like a kangaroo.
Okay.
And I really like wombats, but
maybe that's what I'm thinking of, wombats.
But bats, I don't know. Now I want to look up bats because I'm actually really fascinated by bats. But Koalas, fun fact about them, they sleep 18 to 22 hours per day.
That's the life.
I know, I wish. Oh my god. And then they eat eucalyptus.
Okay. So they're chilling.
They're just literally like simple creatures, you know?
Yeah.
And another crazy fact about them is their fingerprints are very similar to human fingerprints.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Is everyone like unique as well? Like,
Mhm.
wow.
And so why we haven't trained koalas to commit crimes at this point, I don't understand. We're choosing computers.
They're sleeping.
We could probably train them to be awake.
Also, I do have a koala fun fact.
Okay.
They can get chlamydia.
They can. There's actually an
Isn't that
entire
weird?
association that is dedicated to preventing them from getting chlamydia.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, a lot of them die.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's sad.
Yeah, that's why there's an organization. So donate to that if you're concerned about the chlamydia epidemic in drop bears.
Drop bears.
Have you heard of them? This came from Jay Rhodes. She told me to look this up, okay? They're actually not real.
What?
No.
Okay, what is this?
Okay, so a drop bear is a legendary creature from Australia that they essentially were like, they would tell visitors of Australia that there were like these koala-like creatures that would just drop down from trees onto you, so you needed to be aware. So they tell people this that are not from there, so they can make you look like an idiot.
I kind of like this. And the whole country's in on it. I love it. I love it.
But there's so many like environments inside of Australia. You have to be in the right area.
Okay, I love it though. I'd be like, hey, did you get hit by a drop bear?
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
And multiple people actually told me to look this up, so I was like, okay, I'm interested.
I'm down for some like innocent pranking.
Yeah, as long as it's not hurting anybody.
Sure.
They're just looking up all the time.
Yeah. As long as they're not like ducking and hurting their backs, they're fine.
Let us know if you've ever been a victim
of
drop bears. Also another bear that's not a bear, but it has bear in the name. Water bears. Have you heard of these?
No.
Okay. So
like, am I living under a rock?
I guess I was, because I'm learning a bunch of information this week. They're microscopic animals, approximately like 0.5 millimeters long. Okay.
So they're like germs?
Yeah. And they're actually the toughest animals on Earth. Water bears can survive extreme radiation, freezing, heat, and even, the craziest part, the vacuum of space.
So they don't even need oxygen.
I don't know. I did not dive that deep into it, but I was like, whoa, these are crazy creatures.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So there's a decent chance the only survivors, if the Earth gets destroyed, would be these microscopic, quote unquote, bears that are not bears.
So they win the roaches, because they always say, oh, if something happens, like the roach will survive.
Honestly, I feel like roaches and these water bears would probably be it.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
So when the old people say, oh, the roaches are going to outlive us, I'm like, and the water bears.
Yep.
Good to know.
Okay, so that was all the bear facts I have for today.
Nice.
It was kind of a lot.
Very good.
Thank you. I thought it was kind of fun.
They're very fun, because I haven't heard these before.
Okay, so now that we've covered bears, I think we dive straight into beets, okay?
Beets. Beats me.
Whoa. Okay. Oh.
I should have saved that for like when you asked me a question. So it wasn't so random.
Have you ever tried beets?
They're purple and they're kind of gross.
Yeah, I don't like them.
There is a HelloFresh recipe
Mm-hmm.
that has beets in it and like these tacos, and I like it.
Is it pickled beets or is it just like?
I think it's just
Oof, I think they taste like dirt.
okay. Those tacos don't taste like dirt.
Well, I'm sure it's got a lot of other flavors going.
It does. Also, I think it's very specific about how to cook them. By the way, we're not promoting HelloFresh, but HelloFresh, if you want some promotion,
Yeah,
call us.
I actually really like those, but now I have like not been using HelloFresh,
Yeah.
and the amount of crazy like classified looking mail that they send.
Oh,
Oh
they do
my
send a lot of
gosh,
mail.
you guys have won on marketing. Okay.
Also, I have an idea for you guys. Instead of spending all that marketing, how about you give us some discounts and then we'll come back?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah. Give us
Stop spending.
don't send us papers,
No.
okay? Don't send us we don't like them.
Mm-mm. Text me. Don't text
Oh,
me.
that's email us.
I don't know how I feel about it all, honestly.
Just don't communicate with us at all.
Mm-mm. Okay, so back on beets.
Mm-hmm.
Beets are the most misunderstood vegetables on Earth.
How are they misunderstood?
Okay, so I actually learned a lot about beets. I did not expect to learn. I worked in produce, mind you, for years. I know a lot about vegetables, okay? But I did not know this much. Okay, so some people love them, some absolutely hate them, like me. And some people eat them once and panic.
Why do they panic?
Okay. They Google their symptoms for 20 minutes going down a spiraling rabbit hole. We're going to get there. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, you got me hooked.
I got you. Okay. So beets have been cultivated for thousands of years. And here's the interesting part. Originally, people didn't eat the root. They actually used it for dyeing things. So they would dye fabrics. They even used it in the Victorian era to dye hair, which is crazy. The leaves of the plant were used like spinach and Swiss chard. So it was used in like salads and things like that. And then they believed beets had medicinal properties.
That makes sense.
It does make a lot of sense. They're also believed to be an aphrodisiac. I don't want to taste dirt. That's not getting me anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. But
good job, HelloFresh.
Yeah, good job. Did you know that there are also several different types of beets?
No.
Yeah, you just think of the typical red, purple one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Nope.
Is there a cinnamon one?
There's not a cinnamon
okay.
one. But there's a golden beet, which I have seen those. Those are typically sweeter and less earthy.
I think that's like a potato. Like a wannabe. A potato wannabe.
Okay.
You're gold and look like a potato?
No. Have you ever seen what a beet looks like?
Yes, but if you're gold and then you're going to kind of taste like that, you're trying to be a potato.
Okay, well, yeah, that's because a lot of people don't like beets. Okay, anyway. There's another type of beet that is like striped, like red and white candy stripes on the inside.
Okay.
I've seen those too, but I can't say the word correctly. It's like Chioggia beets. I don't know. I think I could be wrong, but I don't know how to say it. And then there are sugar beets.
Sugar beets.
Mm-hmm. And they produce about half of the world's sugar today.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Exactly. Thank you, beets. I don't like them for the taste, but the sugar beets, keep it coming.
Are they present in any like specific form? Like, because you know how there's like, I'm going to say weird things here that I don't know what they mean. Okay. But sometimes when you look at like food ingredients, you might see like sucrose, and that means, or like corn syrup, right? Like, you know, that comes, is it like a specific name? Like beet juice?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like if you've ever looked at ingredient lists, I have seen like beetroot juice before, but I'm wondering because I don't
if that's
know.
what it's talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I did not know this.
Yeah.
I thought all our sugar came from sugarcane.
I would have thought that too. And also, we have created fake sugar.
I know. So that's why I was wondering, like, how do I know it's beet sugar?
It's another deep dive we could go into.
We could always keep going.
Yeah. Beets contain high levels of dietary nitrates. So this is why it's used for Olympics. So what that means is like nitrates are converted into nitric oxide.
Okay.
And in the body, that means it improves like blood flow and oxygen delivery. So they actually had a very high like diet of beets in the Olympics.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked it up and
I was wondering if it had like something that would make you feel some kind of way or, you know, enhance, and that it was going to be like not approved in the Olympics anymore or something.
No, I guess in like, I think it said 2014 or something, they went crazy on drinking beets. So when your body processes these nitrates, they turn to nitric oxide, which improves blood flow and oxygen delivery. Because of this, many endurance athletes drink beet juice before competitions, and it was actually very prevalent in like the 2024 and 2014 is specifically what I read, where they started understanding like what beets could do, and so they started drinking a lot of beet juice. But when you drink a lot of beet juice, there are some things that happen.
You turn purple.
No, but that does happen when you eat carrots. You turn like orange.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Really?
I don't really love carrots.
Okay.
But
I just
my son does.
Has he ever turned orange?
I don't think so.
If you eat enough beets, you can get this thing called beeturia, I think.
Okay. That sounds horrible.
Yeah. This would make most people freak out, I think, and that's completely fair. But beeturia is when you're eating beets and it causes your urine to turn pink or red.
This adds up.
Yeah, but most people freak out about it.
Yeah, because you think it's blood or something.
Yeah, so you go down a rabbit hole trying to figure out what's happening to yourself, and then you find out it's just from eating beets or drinking beet juice. They think it's very like if you see this, you're going into panic mode, but it's actually not bad. It's not anything you should be concerned about. It's simply the pigment betalain passing through your body. So that's a very confusing day if you have this happen.
Yeah, I'm sure if I didn't, like, because we're talking about beets, it makes sense. But if I went to the bathroom and all of a sudden it's like there's like pink or reddish pee, I would freak out. I'd be like, oh my god, like I think something's wrong.
Yeah, you need to go to the doctor's.
Organs, right? Something's wrong. Yeah,
I would think I was dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. So that's all the information I have on beets. So now that we've talked about beets, we're going to get into our final topic.
Ooh.
The one that I feel the least confident on.
Okay.
And we're getting into Battlestar Galactica. So Ashley, you've said you've never seen Battlestar Galactica.
No. Don't even know what it is. I'm assuming it's like a TV show?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay. So it actually came out like around the time where Star Wars had initially come out. So that's kind of what made it.
Wasn't Star Trek kind of around then?
Yeah.
Too. So everybody's hooked on space lives.
Yes. And like futuristic type of things, right?
I like that. Okay.
So if you have never seen Battlestar Galactica like me, here is a simple explanation. And it's still complicated. Okay? Okay, so imagine humanity creates intelligent robots.
Oh my gosh.
Okay? the robots rebel like they always do.
Always.
Okay? And then they try to wipe out the human race. Okay?
I'm surprised they're not protecting the human race, because that's always how it starts. They want to protect us from ourselves.
We're going to get into it. This is just the overall.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, so that's just the starting point.
This girl's going to talk about AI.
Yes, I am.
I knew it. I heard robots and I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so in Battlestar Galactica, okay, humanity lives across 12 planets called the 12 colonies.
Okay.
And they created machines called Cylons. Okay. Eventually, Cylons evolve and rebel.
I'm sorry, my ADHD brain is trying to figure out how many planets we have, like, in real life, to see if they were creative or...
I actually don't know.
I know Pluto's no longer a planet. And then I was like, as one of the 12 colonies on Pluto, I'm just interested in that, but that's okay. That's just me. As the audience, somebody in the audience might be thinking this too.
Yeah, I should have had that.
No, but
I don't know how many plants are in.
We should have learned that in our science class. So
it's been a long time.
It's not your responsibility.
I know, but still, there's like basic information in the world that I do not know.
I know.
I'm not doing my due diligence. I'm learning about freaking Battlestar Galactica and beets.
Hey, we know more about that than we do about how many planets there are. So.
That's true. You're welcome, people.
There we go.
Okay. So, eventually, the machines called Cylons.
Okay.
They evolve and want to rebel, right? In a surprise attack, the Cylons destroy almost the entire human civilization.
I don't like this.
But only about 50,000 survivors escape into space.
Okay.
Okay. So, those survivors escape into space aboard a fleet of ships. Okay. Led by a military vessel.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to get real complicated.
I'm just kind of wondering, like, why are there no Cylons in these ships?
That's a great question.
Okay, did we just miss those? Are they older models? Like, okay.
Okay, good questions.
Thank you.
I don't have the answers.
Like, we have them everywhere, but not in these. Cool. That makes sense.
So anyway, the humans escape onto this military vessel called the Battlestar Galactica.
Okay.
Their mission: find the mythical lost colony.
So it's like a lost planet?
Yes.
Pluto.
Good job. I don't know. I don't know if it's Pluto.
But
that would be crazy. Okay.
That would be cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the story focuses on several key characters. These are like the main 4. Okay. Commander William Adama, the leader of the Galactica.
Okay.
This is going to be really hard for me because I am not into sci-fi stuff. President Laura Roslin. She's the political leader of survivors. Kara Starbuck Thrace. She's an elite fighter pilot. What a bad butt.
Do we know what Starbucks means?
Mm-mm.
I didn't even know that was a word.
I thought it was a place that I get coffee.
Okay.
Okay, and then there's Gaius. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Balter. Okay. He's a brilliant scientist linked to the Cylon attack. Okay, so he's the one who accidentally helped destroy humanity. There's always someone behind it.
There's always someone, yep.
That's awkward. Okay, so what made the show specifically influential? Okay, the modern series aired in 2004 to 2009.
How did I never just hear about this?
I mean, I've heard about it, but
I've
I've never
never heard
watched
about this.
it. It's not.
Okay.
It was famous for taking sci-fi seriously.
Mm.
This is why I've never seen it.
Exactly.
Instead of focusing only on space battles, it explored topics like war ethics,
Oh.
artificial intelligence,
Mm-hmm.
religion and politics,
Mm-hmm.
and human survival. They do have a common phrase that they like to use in the series, I guess, and it says, "So say we all." So I think
So
that
all of us have to be in agreement?
I think so. I
Okay.
think because it's like at this point AI has taken over, and so now you're trying to get everyone back on the same page.
Yeah.
It's down
we
to a
all
simple
say,
time.
So say we all.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. The
Or
premise.
is it like, so say we all die tomorrow,
how do we come back?
right? Is it a question? Like valid source? Are we a valid source? Or is it like,
I don't know.
okay.
So
Say we all. Okay.
So say we all save the planet? Question mark.
Yeah. Or I love beets, so say we all.
I do not love beets. I will not
That's the
jump
problem.
on. Yeah, true.
Is it like a manipulation phrase?
Oh.
So it's like we all said it, so now you're all gonna have to do it. We all love beets.
Not this girl.
Okay.
Get this girl a bag of chips. Okay.
Yes.
Taking it back. Episode 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, a really interesting thing about Battlestar Galactica is that they created the word frack.
Like for fracking?
No, it was a replacement swear word.
Ah.
So
That's creative.
Yeah, so they allowed characters to express like strong emotion without upsetting television sponsors or like censors.
Very smart.
I thought that was really cool. Okay. So here is a few fun facts. Okay, so Battlestar Galactica series, the original series.
Okay. Oh, there's a reboot?
Mm-hmm. That was
Oh.
the 2004 to 2009.
Oh, okay. I thought that's when it first came out, but then
No.
there was like the original, and that was the reboot.
Yeah,
Okay.
the original came out alongside like Star Wars and Star
Okay.
Trek.
Yeah.
So that one aired in 1978.
Wow.
Okay. The modern reboot was developed by Ronald D. Moore, who wanted a darker, more realistic version of the story.
Mhm.
Obviously, our technology has changed and everything since 1978, so I'm sure they did a little bit more with that. By the end of the series, you might find yourself saying their famous quotes.
So say we all.
So say we all. So I couldn't dive too deep into Battlestar Galactica because it's very far reaching for me to understand. But I do think like the AI aspect is very prevalent in today.
Yeah, everybody's talking about that.
I don't know why humans are obsessed with robots. You are one of them. You love your AI. But
I love my little mop too.
Okay, okay. That's fair.
It's been a lifesaver.
It just does its own thing.
Well, it's nice because of the dogs, there's hair everywhere.
Yeah.
But no, there isn't.
That's true. And like automatic coffee makers. You program it.
I don't set mine.
I don't either. I'm not that tech savvy, but it
I
would
don't
be
wake up at the
nice.
same time either. Every
That's
day.
true.
I kind of wing it sometimes. Not
Yeah.
every day. Like I have an alarm. But do I respect the alarm? That's a
No.
better question.
You don't respect
If
the
I
technology.
wake up and I'm doing great, I'm up. If the alarm wakes me up and it's not going great for me, it's not happening. I snooze it 20 million times.
I'm not a snoozer. I'm like, I dread getting up. I dread it with every ounce of my being. But I'm like, it's just going to continuously annoy me if I don't get up now.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just deal with it, take it into my own hands.
I can just keep snooze.
My husband could do that too. It drives me insane. So do you have any thoughts on Battlestar Galactica? Has it sparked your interest at all?
Yeah, but I was thinking of there's this Netflix series. It's called The Last of Us? No.
Oh. I don't think that's a completely different series.
But it has something to do with like it's the same thing. Like they go to space. They have to be in space forever.
Are you thinking of the 100?
Oh, the 100. Thank you. You know I'm bad with names.
Have you watched that?
I haven't finished it, but I've seen a lot of it.
Okay, I watched that series up until they made it to Earth, and then I was like, I am so annoyed.
Why were you annoyed?
It gets so soap opera-y.
It does get soap opera-y at times, but there is an AI robot.
Wait, what?
There's an AI that like I just don't remember, but it's really good. And also the AI person is beautiful because she's like a woman. She like projects herself as a woman.
I think I do remember that.
And I don't remember everything, but anyway, it kind of gave me those kind of reminded me of that as we were talking about it a little bit.
Interesting.
The 100.
Octavia.
I should probably watch it. I don't remember.
Oh, okay, well. I liked the name Jasper until it was in that movie or in that series, and then I was like, Jasper's kind of a wimp, and it kind of just ruined.
Sometimes movie characters have ruined names for me.
Yeah. Okay, so today we
went from like freaking microscopic items to space.
Yeah, we went from giant Arctic predators, microscopic space bears, vegetables that help Olympic athletes, and humanity fleeing killer robots across the galaxy. Yes, what a ride.